Gaffer, let's start with your new arrival, Seb Bassong. I think it took a number of people by surprise yesterday, but it's an area that you really wanted to strengthen, particularly given the problems that Josh has had with family issues and everything.
Yeah, Josh has got some extended time to deal with those issues, and as a family football club, we do that, and we've had him gone for a couple of weeks now, and he gets whatever time he needs, and whatever time our chairman and the board feel is appropriate. I certainly want to give him every bit of time he needs, because sometimes when people have some issues in their life, in their family's life, they need to be able to deal with them, and they should get all the support from me as a man for getting me as the manager, and that was my recommendation and quickly endorsed by our chairman. We got I first came across Bassong when he played against my teams, of course, at Rotherham and at Leeds, and he was always outstanding, if I can use that phrase. But he's been out a little while. He himself had some family bits that he had to attend to. He got some opportunities to go away from a North London base, and he didn't feel that was right for either his career or his family. And he's been back at QPR since pre-season. I watched him a couple of weeks ago, and then I went back and watched him a second time and had a little glance the other day, and it just seemed right. It seemed a good fit. It seemed right to bring him in on a short-term basis with the option for us to extend it beyond January.
Yeah, what does he bring? I mean, obviously he's got experience. He's played at the Premier League level. He's obviously probably different to what you've got in terms of the centre halves, and I think he's a left footer as well, which obviously adds a bit of balance. Does that sum it all up quite nicely?
He can play anywhere in that back four, back three. He can play on the right side of a two. He can play on the left side of a two, obviously, because it's his natural side. He can play left or central of a three, or right of a three even. He's if we get him a fraction anywhere near where he was, then we've got ourselves quite confident the best centre back outside the top end of the Championship. But we'll have a good look at him. You know, we're going to integrate him over the space of 5 or 6, 8, 10 training sessions, whatever it takes. And if they think he's ready, and if you think he adds something to what we've got, he'll get his chance to play football.
In terms of team selection for tomorrow's game at Burton, obviously so good away from home, playing a certain way. Obviously on Tuesday it was a change of formation. Does that mean it's a difficult selection for you as manager for this weekend's game?
Well, what I'd say to you, Phil, is I knew my team on Monday that would play against Fleetwood, and I knew my team on Monday that would play against Burton, and it was endorsed on Tuesday. Some of the performances on Tuesday were very good, and it leads you along the line of if it's worked successfully, then continue with it. But we've worked on a shape and a system yesterday and today. It seems to have worked very well, and we're taking on some very good opponents with a good manager and a team in good form. So with a very demonstrable, attractive home record, when you beat the likes of Doncaster and beat the likes of Sunderland, they are big teams fighting for promotion. So we have to be very, very aware of what the opposition's about.
Would you say, I mean, without looking at other opposition, it's probably the hardest game away from home, other than Sunderland, perhaps you face this season? As you say, their home record generally over the last few years has been really, really good. They've got their striker, who's obviously key to them, back in their squad, and they come off the back of a very good point at Portsmouth.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the three teams that came down from the Championship with the vast sums of money they get in parachute payments, it gave Nigel Clough and the chairman up there the opportunity to keep that squad almost intact to every man that they wanted. And I think all bar an injury to the boys. I made comment earlier in the week that they would have been still in the Championship if he'd have stayed fit up there. And when he was missing early part of the season, it looked as if they were missing a big part of a jigsaw. But they've got him back fit. Not a one-man team by any stretch. They're blessed with talent. You'll have to look at the bench and the options that Nigel has. So it'll be a tough game for us. Will it be any tougher than when we thought going up to Scunthorpe? Will it be any tougher than early part of the season going to Rochdale and Plymouth, Charlton? It won't be any tougher than those, but I would suggest, given the quality of player they had, or they have in the squad, and kept them together from the Championship, it's certainly the toughest it's been since Sunderland, I would think.
Colin Daniel obviously suspended after collecting his 5th booking at the weekend. Great opportunity for others to step in as they did on Tuesday. Well,
we've got options there, haven't we? We've got Tyler Denton, who's a natural fullback. We've got Rhys Bennett, who's played there many times. And it's dead easy to think that Bassong could be centre half and Bennett could be left back, or Naismith could be left back rather than right back. We have options, and we won't be favoured against anyone deploying them. We know what we want to do. We've had a look at it again for the second time today. It looked very well, but I like to sleep on these things and make sure we're all on the same sheet.
And just finally, we didn't mention the FA Cup this week. Obviously, Bromley away is confirmed on the Saturday. Obviously, a difficult opposition because of where they are in the conference, but also the pitch you're going to be playing on. I guess that's something you have to address moving closer to the time.
Well, first and foremost, you have a glance at the Bromley squad, which I did when the draw gets made. Players make performances, make teams, and they're full of experience. The plastic pitch levels it anyway. I think it would if we were playing a team at the top end of the Championship in the Premier League. If it's a plastic pitch, everyone would suggest it's very much a different game. But they're a decent side. I've already had a couple of reports on them from other managers in the league, but we'll deal with that when it's the next one up.